suis Samuel de Champlain, au nom de la France en position de pied.
All right, I'm a beaver.
Oh mon Dieu, un garçon! Oh mon Dieu!
Je me suis fait un chapeau!
So Quebec is home of the best hockey team in the world. Montreal Canadiens. We also have multiple good folkloric groups and musical groups. So Miss Ailleurs. We also home to Simple Plan and Arcade Fire. And of course, the one and only Celine Dion.
Won 2011 Grammys and Juno Awards for Album of the Year. Listen.
And also on the international scene from Quebec, the Cirque du Soleil, now playing in Vegas, as is Celine Dion.
By the men who moil for gold. The Arctic trails have their secret tales that would make your blood run cold. The northern lights have seen queer sights that the queerest you ever did see was that night on the marge of Lake LaBarge, I commuted Sam McGee. Now Sam McGee was from Tennessee where the cotton blooms and blows. Why he left his home in the south to grow, round the pole, God only knows. He was always cold, but the land of gold seemed to hold him like a spell. Though he'd often say in his homely way,
I'd sooner live in hell.
On a Christmas day, we were mushing our way down the Dawson Trail. Talk of your cold, through the Parker's fold, it stabbed like a driven nail. If your eyes squeezed closed, then the lashes froze till sometimes we couldn't see. It wasn't much fun, but the only one to whimper was Sam McGee.
It's so cold.
And that very night, as we lay packed tight in our robes beneath the snow, and the dogs were fed and the stars overhead were dancing heel and toe, he turned to me and he says he,
Cat. I'll cash in this trip, I guess, and if I do, I'm asking that you won't refuse my last request.
well, he seemed so low that I couldn't say no. Then he says with a sort of moan,
It's a cursed cold, and it's got right hold till I'm chilled clean through to the bone. Yet it tain't me dead as my awful dread of the icy grave that pains. So I want you to swear that foul or fair you'll cremate my last remains.
a pal's last need is a thing to heed, so I swore it would not fail. And we started on at the streak of dawn. Big God, he looked ghastly pale. He crouched on the slate and he raved all day of his home in Tennessee.
Oh, Tennessee.
And before nightfall, a corpse was all that was left of Sam McGee. There wasn't a breath in that land of death, and I hurried horror-driven, where the corpse had hid that I couldn't get rid because of promise given. It was lashed to the sleigh, and it seemed to say,
You may tax your brawn and brains, but you promised you, and it's up to you to cremate my last remains.
now a promise made is a debt unpaid, and the trail has its own stern code. In the days to come, though my lips were numb, in my heart that I cursed that load. In the long, long night, by the lone firelight, while the huskies round in a ring, held out their ruse to the homeless snows, oh God, how I loathed that thing. And every day that quiet place seemed to heavy and heavier grow, and on I went through the dogs were spent and the grub was getting low. The trail was bad and I felt half mad, but I swore I would not give in. I'd often sing to that hateful thing, and it heart reckoned with a grin. Till I came to the marge of Lake Labarge, and I left that lay. It was jammed in the ice, and I saw a trice. It was called the Alice May. I looked at it, and I thought of it, and I looked at my frozen chum. Then here, said I with a sudden cry, is my crematorum. Some planks I tore from the cabin floor, and I lit the boiler fire. Some coal I found that was lying around, and I heaped the fuel higher. The flames just soared, and the furnace roared, such a blaze you seldom see. And I buried a hole in the coal, and I stuck in Sam McGee. Then I made a hike, for I didn't like to hear him sizzle so, and the heavens scowled, and the huskies howled, and the wind began to blow. It was icy cold, but the hot sweat rolled down my cheeks, and I don't know why, and the greasy smoke and an inky cloak were streaking down the sky. But I do not know how long of the snow I wrestled with grisly fear, but the stars came out and danced about, ere again I ventured near. I was sick with dread, but I bravely said, I'll just take a peek inside. I guess he's cooked, and it's time I looked. Then I opened the door wide. And there sat Sam, looking cool and calm, in the heart of the furnace roar. And he wore a smile that you can see a mile, and he said,
Please close that door. It's fine in here, but I greatly fear you'll let in the cold and storm. Since I left Plum Tree down in Tennessee, it's the first time I've been warm. There are strange things done in the midnight sun by the men who moil for gold. The Arctic trails have the secret tales that would make your blood run cold. The northern lights have seen queer sights, but the queerest they ever did see was that night on the marge of Lake Labarge.
I cremated Sam McGee.